I'm going to call my employer. I can't move. I'm stuck in this vice right now. I'm non-functional, immobilized. I got my wife and kids on this couch. We got a refrigerator on one end and the TV set on the other. What are you going to do with your life? Living on a couch? You can't get to your job? We got 2 counties, Mendocino and Humboldt, that used to be famous for their strength of skunkweed. Why do they call it skunkweed? Because it smells like a skunk. We got cannabis clubs in Fairfax. And if you got a prescription, go get your medicine. If not, leave it alone. The people that smoke weed do other drugs. How addictive is it when you went to the refrigerator 9 times thinking that you're hungry? You got full the first time and you smoked some more weed and it's sending you back to the refrigerator. If the refrigerator or Jack in the Box could talk back, they would say you've been here 12 times. Marijuana. It used to be a big arrest, but it's not anymore. Marijuana is so addictive. You don't feel like doing anything. Music sounds great, and you feel stupid and hungry. Music sounds good. I think I'll be a couch potato for this decade. I'm going to smoke marijuana. As soon as I get up in the morning, the first thing that I'm going to do is get stoned. Those days are gone because you can't do anything with your life if you smoke it. I'm saying don't even think of it. What about secondhand smoke? What about other people that smoke marijuana? Then you get a contact high and you're like this. How are you going to do anything if you're like this? I want to talk about some more drugs today. There's a pill called rave, a party drug, ecstasy, that you could try at one time and it could not agree with your intestines because you had some alcohol, and you can die with one try. Like Irma down at Ralston Middle School that the NFL had a march for. The 49ers marched for her. They will not forget Irma. She died with one try. Prescription drugs, Vicodin, Tylenol. You get it when you go to the dentist. Painkillers, Valium. These drugs are meant for people that are medically injured. They're not meant to take if you don't have a problem. They're highly addictive. Cigarette smoking. Young kids see their parents cigarette smoking. What happens to a person that can't quit cigarette smoking? Will they die? You better believe they'll die. Emphysema, heart disease, lung cancer. I know people that can't quit. They've tried everything and they can't quit. Nicotine, another addiction. I myself have a cup of coffee in the morning, or 2, but I'm okay. I don't need to drink anymore the rest of the day at all. I'm not craving it and I don't have a problem. My problem was when I used to trade things at the very end of my addiction in Humboldt County, the poorest county in our state. The only jobs up there is logging trucks, driving a big rig with lumber, but there's plenty of drugs. And I would bring things and trade them up in Humboldt County. And the barter system works up there. And I thought, wow, I'm trading all these things I got for free in San Rafael for all these drugs up in Humboldt County. Did I like the drugs? I got tired of the 4-hour trip going up to Humboldt, so I just moved in with the connection. That way when I woke up, I was there. I didn't have to plan a trip to go up there. I would just work for dope. How addicted was I? I've almost had a few close calls with death in Richmond. Same thing. Moved into a trailer park where they were cooking up meth and almost died. Got pistol whipped by a killer that just came out of San Quentin by the name of Chester the Molester on Rumrill Road in San Pablo. They don't play over there. You make a mistake, doing drugs, trading drugs, they got body bags for you. They dump the bodies off in North. I used to get high in Oakland back in the day off of Hagenberger Road. It was called the K-Tron. And there was a street called Railroad Road. That's right, where the train tracks are. And that's where they dump the body.
Right. They still do.
They don't play with Class A narcotics. Heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, these are powder drugs. They are Class A narcotics. The path of addiction brought us here. The path of recovery is waiting for you. We talked about all the negativity from the drugs. Let's talk about how good it feels to create and manifest a new lifestyle. How good can it feel to go out there and work a job and make yourself proud of you and buy any car you want? When you can experience what you want out of life and pass up the addiction. It's just like if we can train young kids in middle school, if they have a class that's mandatory on the consequences of chemical dependency to pass before they can further their education, and they're walking by the dope man at school, Redwood High School. Here's the dope man. I got every drug for sale you can think of. And now I'm going to walk by the dope man. I don't do it anymore. How are you going to sell some drugs to a kid that doesn't need them? He's been educated or she's been educated and doesn't do that anymore. Smarter than the rest. This is what the state of California needs to implement. A bill up in Sacramento to change the law so that these young kids don't even take a chance. There's a lot of them that have enough love in the family that won't even think of it. But the other ones are not as smart. They're vulnerable. A dysfunctional family, a divorced family, or just peer pressure or curiosity. We need to educate our young people to be smarter than the rest. And if I have my way, we're going to get a bill that's going to change the law in middle school in the state of California. I've talked to some judges about it and they agree. We should have already done this, but we don't have one that's mandatory for a young person to pass. The young person that is smarter than the rest, that doesn't need to try out some drugs, that doesn't need to go down a path of addiction like all of us took and waste years of their life and gamble with their life. This is what I'm trying to hammer out, a message with other people and other organizations that feel the same way about the consequences of chemical dependency, a matter of life and death. I know that coming here to the Helen Detox Center and talking to some friends that pushed a little hard on their path of addiction that led them here doesn't mean that they have to go out the same way. That's why the words coming out of my mouth today have to be special words that maybe you can hear this little message that I'm pounding out. That you realize that you don't have to do what you were doing or go back to your old ways. That now it's over. When you leave here, you have a plan. That you're going to go out and do something for yourself. That's right, for yourself. You can't do it for anybody else but yourself. And when you take the initiative and go out there with a plan, whether it be going to transitional housing or a treatment center, watch the results. Watch the miracle of recovery happen. I know that I've been talking up here for a while, and I know how good it makes me feel. But I'll say this, from one angel to another angel, it doesn't get any better. Because when you can save human life, or talk about trying to save a human life, how important is a human life? Where somebody can take a hit of heroin and it's over with. Or a hit of meth. You don't hear about a person that overdoses on meth, but it happens.
Yes, sir.
It happens.